And we're back with another summer blockbuster, this time with Supergirl. The plot reads, Zor-El, aka Supergirl, teams up with an alien teenager seeking revenge for her murdered family. Together they embark on an epic interstellar journey of justice, crossing paths with bounty hunters and dangerous adversaries. I'll kick this episode off by saying this is one of those special occasions where I avoided all trailers, marketing, headlines, everything that had to do with this movie. I didn't want anything influencing my opinions or setting any expectations. Since last year, I remember walking out of Superman not as high on it as everyone else seems to be, so I wanted to reaffirm my feelings on the new James Gunn DCEU, which I've always felt kind of out of the conversation for. I just refrain further judgment until I see more, and today I got to see more, and for once I went in completely blind with an open mind, and was treated to what felt like one of the most underwhelming and unimportant comic book movies I've paid to see. Early on, I was feeling pretty optimistic. The most remarkable thing about it is the presentation. There's some fun camera work. The production with the sets all feel very lived in and believable. The makeup work was also excellent. With some of the creatures, I spotted some practical effects that was cool. Like, it kind of reminded me of OG Star Wars. Though when you go to deconstruct the style, it seems like more of a derivative mishmash between like Guardians, Thor Love and Thunder, Rogue One, when I wish the space side of the DCU could have felt maybe a bit more distinct. Regardless, that was one of my favorite aspects of the film, but the rest of the visuals, not that great. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think I've ever seen a person flying look believable on film. I just don't think he could do it. But the actual CG is kind of weak sauce. It looked rushed, it looked kind of cheap. Then the plot gets rolling, and oh my god, I cannot imagine this getting pitched to James Gunn. So the bad guy shows up, and then it hits my dog, and now the dog's gonna die unless I go on this quest across the galaxy to retrieve a cure for my dying dog, and then get revenge against the one who wronged him. So we're just remaking Guardians 3. Fuck it, let's do it. I was also hoping for more charm. Like, I definitely think the main characters could have used more flair, especially the title character. The most lively performance is without a doubt Jason Momoa as Lobo, but he's really only here to sell tickets and merch. Like, I can't think of a reason why he's in the story besides comic relief, but the rest of the film is shockingly dry, especially with comedy. I only chuckled twice. It's almost devoid of any humor, which is a real bummer considering the jokes suck and the rest of the movie is lacking any levity with this poorly written antagonist who's literally kidnapping little girls to take as wives, which isn't even canon by the way, plus a subplot about a dog dying, all competing with a space adventure, which sounds dark, but make no mistake, this is a kids movie. It's aimed for kids, yet it wasn't quite play school enough or dark enough, which leaves it feeling kind of lost in its own existence. Like, if you can't tell by now, this film is just kind of lacking a personality, which is just frustrating. All the action scenes felt kind of samey, nothing really stood out, and there's several uninspired aura farm shots and heroic moments, none of which felt all that earned. The only time I sat up in my chair was when we got to learn more of Kara's backstory, and that was when I was fully invested. We get like a 10-minute portion set on Krypton dedicated to just that, and as it turns out, it's probably the best part of the movie. It's well written, well acted, well shot, and it was the only time it actually got something out of me. It reminded me I was alive. The rest of the picture, I was numb. It brought me to the cusp of feeling something, but never quite confident enough to take me there. And by the time I arrived at the second half, I was greeted with flat emotional beats and no payoff. So by the end, this was shaping up to be one of the most why did we need that movies ever. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like young men like myself are the target demographic for the Supergirl movie, but as a comic fan and as a film fan, it bored the hell out of me. And if I didn't get a $3 ticket, I'd be a lot harder on this movie, because I'm giving Supergirl a 5 out of 10. Definite mid. Not great. And if you don't count the Batman, I honestly think the new James Gunn DCU kind of peaked at The Suicide Squad. I honestly think that movie's pretty underrated. It's quite good. But Clayface with Mike Flanagan looks like it has some potential, and I would be down to revisit Superman one day just to see if my feelings have maybe changed on it a little bit. But until then, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. Wash your hands, wear your seatbelt, and stay black.